Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. A lot going on this morning. Man, dropping PRs everywhere. As always, drop those tickers and questions in the chat, and we'll get to as many as possible. Some stuff go over real quick. PRFX. They did drop an offering, but it priced at $9. Not a terrible price, really. Normally when we look for the toxic dilutions, which when we talk about toxic dilutions, those are dilutions that are done at a massive discount to the current price. At PRFX, remember, all dilutions are dilutions, okay? I mean, a lot of you might be like, duh, okay? But the whole point is, if you're trying to give, if you're trying to get a large investor or a large fund to buy a boatload of your shares, well, they're not going to pay what the stock is currently trading at. If it's trading at, $10, if you want me to buy 1 million shares of your stock, then, I'm not going to pay, the current trading price. I want a discount. Okay. I want a discount. So not terribly dilutive on that. So is the mic a little low? Let me check my levels here. Test. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Test. Yeah, I'll play with the mic later. But if it's a little low, I guess just turn up your speakers for the sake of time. What did I do? Test. Yeah, I guess just turn up your speakers for now. Maybe I goof something up, but it does look a little low on my end, but I guess just turn your speakers up and I'll play with it later. So anyway, ABOS conference call. Typically, it's always best to wait until after that call to do anything long or short. And then GP, kind of like to see GP, man. I'm hoping this thing gets going. Look at this awesome corporate office. It looks like they're in like the pizza place. Vancouver Pump and Dump. GP is low float. It is EVs, and looks like it's in the pizza place too. So always nice to see, especially for a Vancouver pump and dump. So, all right, let's get to some questions. ABOS, okay. So again, yeah, already talked about that one. Again, ABOS is in play. You just got to wait for the call to end. BBIO, is that float accurate? Let me take a look here. Not my favorite if the float is indeed 100 million shares, but let's double check that. Former runner, BBIO has been ran in the past. Yeah, it's in play. It's just, I don't know how excited I am considering the float. And as always, we talk about this a lot. It doesn't mean it's good or bad. It's just that, why does KSCP just go green? Why did KSCP just go green? What? Did these idiots listen? Did they listen? How many of you watched the weekend watch list feature? Did these morons listen to me and drop a press release? Why is this running? Is this just a squeeze? Listen, if they drop a pre-op, watch for news on KSCP. Nothing new from the weekend watch list. But what's going on? Why is this thing perking up? Watch for news. Idiots, you better play the game. Again, for the sake of time, there's nothing new to say. If you watch the weekend watch list feature, these guys, they got them. Okay, they got them trapped. Nightscope, you incompetent, moronic penny stock, you got them trapped. All you have to do is go to ChatGPT and have ChatGPT write you some lame press release, and you will destroy everyone that is short this stock. But you gotta play the game, KSCP. So anyway, nothing new. HCTI. And when I say nothing new, the video is on YouTube. Watch it. Brutal chart. 9:45 or later. HCTI. Never count out a low floater, but brutal chart. after 9:45 only. Go EV. Is Go EV still hanging around? Been kind of impressive, really. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of weak open red to greens on true penny stocks. I would probably just take Friday's highs, which is basically slightly above red to green. I think Go EV could maybe get a little run over 75 cents. Not a big fan of a weak open red to green on true penny stocks. So I'd wait for 75. Not a huge fan. Weak open red to green isn't really a pattern for true penny stocks, unfortunately. NVFY. Light volume, low float though. Again, I got to double check this one. Less than a million float. 945 dip and rip. SoFi for a swing. That thing's been hanging around nicely, man. I think you're anticipating a little bit. I think if you can get a confirmed break on 10, then SoFi's back in play. What do you consider low float? Traditionally, the lower the float, the better. But we consider anything less than 10 million float, that is low float. What site do I use? It's a great site. Listen, I've talked about this site a million times. If you, listen, Float Checker, if any of you, and I've said this same thing, I don't know who runs Float Checker, but if any of you know who runs Float Checker, please put them in touch with me. I would love to buy them dinner. It's just an amazing free website. So all of you should have it bookmarked. It's free. That's a beautiful thing. So thank you to whoever runs Float Checker. FREQ from Friday. Oops, why can't I type? There we go. Yeah. FREQ, I don't know, it's just kind of sideways, not really doing anything. TCBP. Ugh. Guys, come on. Remember, I know I'm on YouTube. It's always a little bit of a different dynamic on YouTube. But guys, I mean, and listen, let's use this as a teaching moment, okay? Like, and when I say this, I'm not being mean, I'm not yelling at anybody, but like, I mean, this thing traded 400,000 shares on Friday. I mean, the chart's absolutely destroyed. It's trading 16,000 shares this morning. There's no news. It had 3 cents of range on Friday. And again, I'm a nice guy. Listen, I'm here to teach you guys. But I'm telling you, there should never be any question about TCBP. Like, when we talk about the criteria that we look for, what criteria does TCBP have other than the fact that it's a low-flow biotech? There's no volume. There was no volume Friday. There was no range Friday. There has been no volume for days and weeks. There's no news. It's trading 16,000 shares, which is like $8,000 worth of stock. I mean, think about it. Look, when we look at these low-price stocks, you look at the dollar volume. 16,000 shares traded on a 50-cent stock. That's $8,000 of this stock is traded hands this morning. So learn from this. Like, learn from this. If you see a stock like this, or if you're bag holding a stock like this, man, I can't help you. I can't help you. Like, the only reason to ask about TCBP is if you're bag holding, and I can't help you lift your bags, man. I can't do it. I wish I could, but I can't. LIXT moving with news. Liquid stocks, with news, hot sectors, range, okay, 3 cents of range, okay. LIXT. Where's the news? Somebody says news. Let me look. Oh, there it is. Cancer. Okay. There we go. How's the chart look? Thank you. Breaking news, and thank you to whoever said it's moving. Former runner, a lot of one and dones. Needs more volume. So LIXT, Cancer, PR, low float, former runner, but need to wait for real volume. Now, real volume, I know that's another very vague term, okay? But, I mean, like millions of shares, okay? So you can't make a decision on 90,000 shares. You have to wait for real volume to come in, so. Oh, whoops, NVFY. Yep, I did. Thank you. Thank you for checking my typing. CBDA, yeah. I mean, guys, nothing new to say on CBDA. Remember, this is just another one of those short seller hit pieces that trapped everybody. Same thing I say all the time. I greatly respect Kerrisdale Capital. Actually, I mean, I think Kerrisdale was one of the first ones. But, I mean, basically every short biased larger trader is short CBDA. That's why it's a week open red to green every single day. And as always, once they give up, the stock will collapse, et cetera, et cetera. Quote unquote, everybody is short this warg every day. Yeah, again, I really like LIXT. I just got to wait and see if it gets real volume. So, all right, let's get a number one here. What's Oracle got to say? ABOS is up there. Remember, we just got to wait for the call. Is anybody on the ABOS call? I would love it if someone's on the ABOS call and let me know when it's over. Remember, you can just go to the news. There'll be a link. I've actually called into some of those before on pre-market prep. But as always, wait for the conference call to end, and that goes for long or short. AWIN, BBIO, great volume. Then the volume kind of falls off after there. Reaper says, is it over? Reaper, is the call over? He says it was very boring. So if it's over, if the call is indeed over, ABOS pushes through 13, make sure the call is over. I have not seen that confirmed yet. So ABOS, top of the list. I'm sure the call will be over before the end of, or before the market open. KSCP, watching very closely for news. Same read as this weekend. LIXT, just waiting to see if this trades real volume. It is starting to pick up 100,000 shares. HCTI, indeed low float. So a lot out there, just gotta wait for something to set up. So, all right, my friends, nothing screaming at me now. I mean, I know the goal is to go with the number one. I guess at this point, considering the volume, ABOS is the most liquid stock in pre. It's almost rotated the float. It's got news. It's there. So I'm kind of waiting. It's kind of one of those mornings where there's a lot out there. There's like a lot of B- setups, okay? So now just kind of waiting for a B+ or an A- or an A to show up. So, but ABOS looking good. So, all right, guys, have a great day, and we will see you next time. Oops, almost played music. I'm on YouTube. But again, if I had to pick a number one, it's ABOS because of the price action, and I'm assuming the call is probably close to over. So.